can feel them, I can feel them, I can feel them. Do well. I can feel them, I can feel them, I can feel them, I can feel them pull me down.
Clock's ticking, time is over. Before you know you're older, so sober, alone. Look, you get in my cold shoulder. You crying like it's rain. You causing all the pain. No closure, I'm colder. You getting nothing, Joker.
Get down. Get up.
You getting nothing, Joker. Clock's ticking, time is over.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the how do you say it? My brain is not braining. Words don't come easy. Let's give Haikyuu boys more trauma. Yes. Yeah, I can't remember words today. It's too hot for me to think, honestly. Okay, so let me know how the sound is, if the music isn't too loud, because I never know how to adjust it properly. And give me a bit. Okay. Oh, even the chat is working this time. Hello. Okay, so hopefully it's going to go without stutters, because we don't like stutters. How is everyone doing? How was your day slash evening slash anything you have right now? Come on, work. I see every time blurry. It's just the quality. I should be streaming in HD. The video. Are you watching on phone? If yes, you have to adjust the quality. As I said, I'm streaming in HD. Like the face cam is not, obviously, because my camera on the front camera on my phone is shit. But yeah, I need a new camera. I need a new face cam, like actual face cam, instead of this whole setup. But yeah, unfortunately, that's what we have for now. Okay, looks good. Hi, Lily. Welcome, welcome. So, as usual, we are continuing with the list. I'm not sure where we ended last time, but it should be with G. So we are continuing on H, I think. Yeah, we should be continuing on H. Today is okay. It worked. Awesome. So I have the notebook here again. If you find something interesting and some story comes into your head, let me know. I will mark it down and then we will see what I can do with that. Also, today we are specifically looking for things for Enotana and Terusho. For a very simple reason, because these two are currently one of my 3 obsessions. Enotana, I don't know why. The third one is Semishira Kawagata, but for them I already have enough ideas for videos, so we are not looking for them specifically, but if we come across something, then why not? But we are looking for Enotana. I don't know why they are currently my obsession. It just happened somehow, and it didn't leave me yet. And Terusho, I talked about it last time. I thought I was going to write myself out of Terusho brain rot. I wrote myself into even bigger Terusho brain rot, especially, like, not even Terusho, but Daisho specifically. And that's fault of Fukuzawa Yu, who is his stage play actor. I somehow remembered a scene I saw as a GIF somewhere. And if you haven't seen his stage play actor, like Daisho's stage play actor, look him up. He's so pretty. Like the casting, mwah, chef's kiss. He's so pretty. And it's like, I count Daisho as one of the pretty boys I've always had. But goddamn. I will show you some videos maybe. By the way, I have the worst luck in this regard. I found a video where it was specifically like his scenes from the stage play, like Daisho moments. I didn't even finish it, and the video went private, so I didn't even finish the 6-minute video. Why are you doing this to the internet? It's not fair. Yohaba is canon for you. I mean, yes. But they're not my current, like, top obsession. Right now, at this moment. You have recently got me obsessed with Terusho. I didn't even know it existed before you. Yes. Because of your video yesterday, I'm now so obsessed with King Kuni. Awesome, awesome. You have no idea how glad I am to hear that. Yeah, I hear that a lot with the, like, extra rare pairs, like Terusho Kawagata and all that stuff that people didn't even know about them, and now they are becoming obsessed, which is, like, that's super cool for me. And basically, for me, it's the biggest praise I can get, because if someone tells you that they start shipping something because of what you do, what you write, that's such a high praise, and I love it. And I love you for that, of course. So, yeah, I'm just going to take a look if I can find Daisho's stage play actor, and then we can go into the list. Nope. I'm going to keep the camera big because no looking at my Pinterest. That's a no-no. My Pinterest. Not showing it to anyone. I hope it's not going to lag the stream, that would be sad. But hopefully shouldn't. Okay. And I'm going to have to enlarge it because, of course. Okay, yeah. Here we go. My pretty boy. Okay, let's close this, open this. You see this guy? He's so pretty. I can't. It's his fault that I'm currently obsessed with Daishio. And the worst thing is that there isn't any content for him. Do you see that smile? That smirk? Like, the casting is immaculate. Look at him. How pretty. Look how pretty he is. I can't. I'm done. And down. Anyway, okay. Enough of my simping. And he used to be dancer, so like, or he is dancer, so like his movement is really snake-like. It really fits. By the way, this is pretty much what I imagined Daishio would look like when he got out of that dark, cold room after 3 days of being held there. So do what you want with that information. Okay, closing Pinterest. Pinterest is evil. You got me obsessed with Kyohaba. Happens. Sorry, not sorry. They deserve some people being obsessed with them. The only ship I knew with Terushima before now was with Yamaguchi for some odd reason. Yeah, Teruyama is surprisingly pretty popular. I don't know why, but yeah, it is. And I knew about one other ship, which Terushima is actually one of the few characters I can multi-ship with, but only with 2 ships. One is Terusho and one is Teru Eno with Enoshita. That's also a really cute ship. So yeah, second option. Teruguchi. Teruyama, not Teruguchi. What's your top 1 ship? Still Kyohaba. Like, nothing changed on that. Okay. I am usually not giving, like, top 1 ship. I'm giving top 5 ships, because there is this 5 of ships that just switch around in the order, but Kyohaba is usually on top, so Kyohaba. Such a beautiful actor. Yeah, he's pretty as heck, especially as Daishio. Like, he's pretty even in real life, but that wig... Oi oi. Hello, Mara. Welcome. Leah, hello. Team Kyohaba. Yes, very cute. Indeed. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. Okay, let's get into the list, shall we? I have my notebook, I have my pen, I have everything. I think the most confusing one I've seen Terushima ship with was with Kyotani, and I was concerned. That's actually a pretty popular one too for Terushima. Like, popular in quotation marks, because Terushima doesn't have that many ships. But yeah, I've seen that around. As a pretty solid Kyohaba shipper. I'm not too convinced on that one, but I mean, technically, why not? It's usually, from what I've seen, they are usually portrayed as old friends or like old acquaintances for some reason. I don't know why, but hey, if you want to ship something like that, why not? It's like two faux blondes. It's kind of hilarious ship when you think about it. Like, I personally never read anything with them as a ship, but I've read them as ex-boyfriends, I think, for a Kyohaba story, which was interesting. Like, I usually don't like when Terushima or Daisho are used as ex-boyfriends because people tend to put them into a position of abusive ex-boyfriends. And because they are both... because I like them both, I don't like that. So, I don't like villainizing Haikyuu characters. Overall, even when I write, I usually write villains as OCs, or other way around. I write OCs as villains because I can't bring myself to villainize a single Haikyuu character. And considering how much I love Daisho, I hate that. Have they even met? Well, I mean, Terushima and Daisho also didn't meet. So, that's kinda out of question. It doesn't matter if they met or not. Shipping. Who cares? I saw Shirabu and Yahaba. Yeah, I saw that around too. That's an interesting dynamics, let's be honest. Not my favorite, but I can see that happening, why not? I've seen Semi and Kyotani before. That's an interesting dynamics, if I ever seen one. Like, I've seen a lot, but I haven't seen that one. Huh. Musician and Mad Dog. That could be funny, actually. Yeah, some people make them so mean, I don't understand why. I mean, Daisho is a little bitch, but he's still a sweetheart deep down, so... yeah. It's a pity. I saw Kyohaba Semishira. That's an interesting Polish ship. Actually, interesting, because I don't think I could ever create a Polish ship with Kyohaba. I can't see them with anyone else, like... even if it's just like smashing two couples together like I did with Semishira Kawagata. Or basically how most of the Polish ships in Haikyuu are created. I don't know with who. Like with Iwaoi, that's a little strange, for me at least. With Semishira, like it could be interesting, definitely. If someone who has experience with writing Polish ships and their dynamics of Kyohaba and Semishira separately and put them together, I think it could be good. Not for me though. Like Sekuatsu, the fandom just decided one day. Yeah, I'm still a bit sour about that, because how comes that goddamn Sekuatsu, who have like, how many? 4 interactions in the manga, are 4th the most popular ship on AO3. How? It's not like it would make me dislike them, not at all. But I'm sour about it. For obvious reasons. Because, yeah. Rare ship and underrated ships. It was the Fanon Captain meeting. 2 chill ones and 2 anger issues. Are we talking about Kyohaba Semishira? Who are the chill ones? They all have anchor issues. I think that's why it would be such a hilarious dynamics, because they would be all at each other's throats all the time. That would be fun. Maybe I could do something like that with, as a crack ship or something like that. That would be hilarious. Oi, 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 oi. Sorry. Okay, I need to push the microphone a bit away from my face because it's going to start cracking. I'm talking too loud. Okay. Should be better. What's your opinion on Saku Atsu Iwaoi? None. I don't ship it. So I'm not going to give opinion on something I don't ship. I'm fine with those ships. I'm fine with the ship as poly ship, but they don't do anything for me. So I'm not going to give opinion on something I don't really care about. In one video, Shirabu called Sami grandpa because of the... Yeah, that's a Shirabu thing to do. Here it comes, Kirabako. I really like the Polish ship with Kuguri, Shibayama, Inuoka. Yeah, that's a really cute one. Like, I personally am bigger shipper of Shibayama and Inuoka, but I can see Kuguri being added into that. Definitely, why not? They're like 3 kittens slash 3 puppies together. I can imagine that's a really cute ship. Maybe I can start ship that. We have 2 little poly ships. Yohaba is the ship everyone loves and agrees with. On this channel, yes. Pretty much. Okay, hydration pause. Like, I've seen people dislike it. It's like, fine, your opinion. As long as you don't push it into my face. Whatever. Okay. Before I forget again, let's get into the list. Maybe we will figure something out along the way. As always. It usually is like that. Whew. I'm sweating. It's supposed to be 25 degrees right now, and it's still hot as heck. Alright, so H. Starting with H. So, hair matted with blood. That's pretty much what I did for Teru show. At that point. Yeah, I'm just going to check the microphone if it's working the way it's supposed to. Yeah, okay. Good. Anyway, back to work. What it is basically that you're either bleeding from a head wound or you laid in blood and just the blood is sticking the hair together. That's pretty much what it is. I saw Sakuatsu Osasuna one day. I mean, it can be done. It's a little weird because it contains twins. Technically, it can be done with just actually like smashing 2 couples together and pulling the relationships just between Sakuatsu Osasuna and Atsusuna how would you Sakusuna probably, and keep it at that. And how is Sakusa and Osamu's ship? Omegiri. And leave it at that and just don't put the twins together. It's a tricky territory, but it can be done, technically. If you want to go there, feel free to do so. Yeah, like, keep the twins as platonic relationship, like normally familiar, and just pull the strings of the relationships around them. It can be done. Like, it's not that difficult on thinking about it, but as I said, it's a tricky territory. So I can see someone going for that. Like the fact... Okay, I think the common misconceptions of polyships is that everyone has to be in a relationship with everyone, which is not necessarily the case. Like, the twins could be something akin to V relationship. It can work. Like, it's not that difficult. I've seen Sakusa shipped with Komori. Half of the fandom shipped Sakusa with Komori until it was revealed that they were cousins. I wouldn't go there, okay? I seen Aikawa with his little cousin. Cousin? Nephew. Ayla, hello. I haven't seen you yet. Haven't greeted you yet. Yeah, well... Let's not go into incest ships right now. I don't think we need that. So... let's not go there. I'm just saying that you could technically make Sakusatsu Osasuna work, but you would have to think about it a bit more than with the regular OT4. Okay, hydration once again. I talk too much today and nothing is to the theme. Never mind. Okay, hallucinations. I don't think that needs explaining. Hand gagging, that's when you put your hand over someone's mouth to silence them. Classics, especially with kidnappings, for example, or non-cons. Basically anything you need to silence someone, hand gagging is the first thing you go through usually. Not through, for. Unless you have some cloth lying around, but you can switch it up. So, classics that's going to appear at some point, definitely. It's actually one of my favorites. I really like this one. I don't know why. But it's one of my favorites to write. First classic. I'm saying classics when it doesn't need explaining. It's because my vocabulary is lacking, and especially today because I'm boiling and my brain is not braining, so you will have to excuse me. Hand stomp, that's when someone stomps at your hand. On, not at. So that's bone cracking, basically. I don't know, tendon steering, tearing. Oof, words. Especially if they have a heel on the shoe, that hurts as hell. And like all these little bones in your hand and in fingers, all of that goes cracking. And especially with fingers, like I don't think I talked about it with the finger gore before when we hit it in the list, but you have so many nerve endings in your fingers that's why paper cuts hurt so much, because there is so many nerve endings in your fingers that anything hurting the fingers, it's going to hurt like hell. And for hand, it's pretty much the same. And getting your hand crushed hurts a lot. I mean, if you are going to stomp on someone's hand, you have to do it pretty firmly to crack the bones, but considering how weak the bones in your hand are, it's not that difficult to break them. You are probably not going to make their hand into a mush unless you really unless you have iron boots and really stomp against the hand, but it's still going to hurt. Car crash. I really think that one go. Yeah, me neither. Don't worry. It wasn't the last car crash you've seen on this channel. You said that the other two videos. Bone crunch, yeah. Yes, this is perfect life advice. Again, I am not leading you towards violence, okay? I'm just explaining. I'm educational channel in this regard, okay? If you are going to hurt someone, you don't have it from me. Have you found one sentence for Diakulev? Lev is angry and says something wrong and comes true. Not yet. I'm still thinking about it. I had a few ideas, like last week, I think. But I'm not yet sure what I want to use for that. I will see. Why do I want to see hands stomped with Shirabu? Like Shirabu getting his hands stomped or Shirabu doing the stomping? Probably useless question. I figured I could ask. I could see it with Semi actually, like getting his, not necessarily stomped but getting his hand crushed. I think it's somewhere too, at some point. Yeah, like crush wounds and him getting his hand crushed, like actually crushed, that it's not going to ever be functional properly again, and just him going through the fact that he can't play guitar anymore, or even like do basic stuff again the normal way with that hand. That would be cool. I'm going to mark that down. God damn it, right? You combined all of this together. Yeah, his hand stomped. We can work something out. That would be a good angst though. Yeah, it would. Headache with Kawagata. Again, you are too far ahead. Slow down. That would make me bawl. Excellent. One reason more to do that. Okay, handcuffed. I have no idea what this word is. Either way, handcuffed. Doesn't need explaining. Can be to someone, can be to something. Technically, handcuffed isn't necessarily the source of angst and womb, but it can be a part of the source. Like, say, from top of my head, handcuffed to something in a room that's filling with water, or it's on fire. Like, just imagine that you are handcuffed somewhere. You know that you are going to die if you are going to stay there, in that place. But because you are handcuffed, you can't get away from there. That could be pretty good angst too. Hanging. I don't think that needs explaining. I guess it depends on what kind of hanging we would be talking about. It can be with like noose. It can be hanging from like being bound by a wrist and hanging from the ceiling, for example, which is actually super painful and super dangerous because and now I'm not sure why it's that. I think it's because of blood flow and because of suffocation. I think that's the case, but it's really, and it's very painful on your wrists and overall just arms because you're supporting your whole weight on your shoulders and on your wrists, and it hurts like hell. As a dancer, when I broke my leg, that made me think I will never dance. Yeah, I can imagine that. Handcuffed is a double-edged sword. Yeah, that's true. It can be used in smut as well, of course. But you can also combine the two and start with smut and with womb. That could also work, but it's not going to work for YouTube because YouTube doesn't like 18+ stuff. And I also don't know how to write smut. Because I wrote one, and it's not even published yet. I can see that Shirabu monster. You all want Shirabu to suffer, me kinda too. Yeah, I actually, when I write Semi-Shira, Angst, I usually hurt Semi because I want to see Shirabu guilty. I wrote a thread on Twitter about it, why I write Angst the way I do for my top 5 ships. And for Kyohaba, it's hurting Yahaba to see protective Kyotane. With Semi-Shira, it's hurting Semi to see Shirabu guilty. For Aofuta, it was hurting Kenji to see him scared, because I love the size difference between them. For Kinkuni, that was to see Kindaichi protective too. And for Kawagata, it was to see Taichi break. So now you know why I write Angst the way I do. This work is like that with Kyohaba and Aofuta, just purposefully adding more and more, and I love it. It's not my fault with Aofuta. Okay, you know what? You know why I'm dragging that so far? Because I have a plot point, where I want to get, which I've been planning for over a year and a half, almost. I came up with that very shortly after I started the channel. Like very shortly after I added Aofuta into the challenges and on the channel, I came up with this plot point and I still didn't get to it. That's why the koala challenge started the way it did, with Kenji thinking that he's a bad person and that he doesn't deserve Aone. That's why it started like that, and I still didn't get to it. That's why I'm dragging Aofuta over and over and over, because I don't want it to be like 180 sudden in the story. Ugh. Screw my procrastination, like actually. We stand protective Kyotane, yeah. If there is a masterclass of protective character, it's Kyotane. And we love that. I'm so excited, I really love Aofuta though. I mean, they're going to be somewhat fine after I finally get to it. So, but I certainly hope it's going to hurt. Ambush. It's going to be ambush on you. Why can I see Shirabu and Yahababi carrying right now? Yeah, they would. They would, definitely. Okay, haunted location. Not sure if I'm going to keep this one, but it can technically be turned into something that's potentially wumpy, even if it's like nothing supernatural. Even if it's just like supposed haunted location, it can work. Like, you can fall through floor, you can breathe in some mold, dangerous mold, that's going to grow into your lungs. You can get tetanus if you are not careful. So I'm probably going to keep this one here. I don't know who should suffer more in Enotana's dynamics. Kinda love both to suffer. Yes, that's what we like to see. I don't know. Like, as of lately, they suffered both with Tanaka's state, like with the Guillain-Barré syndrome. So I'm thinking who should be suffering next. We will see. Yeah, actually one of the more stable relationships right now. Funnily enough. Okay. Hazing. That could be done, but we will have to go a bit more into past with this one, because that's more of a college thing. Though it can be technically done in a new job when I think about it. In case you don't know what hazing is, that's like initiation ritual into usually college. But it's through like humiliation and bullying, and it's against the law to haze. Like, hazing is against the law, and if you are proven to be the one doing the hazing, you are going to go to jail, because it's... I'm not sure which law it breaks, but it does. Because there have been cases of people getting very seriously injured during that, and just... yeah, hazing is nasty thing. But, of course, the fact that it's against the law doesn't mean it's not happening. Of course it's happening, still. Especially in, like, secret societies or stuff like that, so it could be done. Okay, how about Semi Shira? It's just angry K tension plus Semi. I mean, Semi can have anger issues too. I've seen that done for him. And it's not that far from the truth, to be fair. He learned how to protect Ava since first day of high school. Lots of gay panic. Yeah. Let's change the stabilization of Enotana. Yes, let's do that. I said at the beginning that I'm looking for something for Enotana and Terusho, so far I don't have anything, but yeah, let's go. Headache, migraine, doesn't need explaining. That's very easy to create hurt comfort with, and very easy to create angst with, because not necessary for my personal experience, because I don't usually suffer from like heavy headaches and migraines, but I know people who are really snappy when they get headache, so Very easy tool to create tension and angst. Heat stroke. Yeah, that's a fun one, especially when you are the one who gets heat stroke. That's personal experience. Very fun. We were in Bulgaria and I accidentally fell asleep on the sun. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. And like the funniest thing is when I faint, I usually like stand for a while and just like how do you call it? Just swing back and forth or from side to side because my brain is still somewhat working and it's trying to keep me from falling. So I kind of look drunk for a while before I fall. As I've been told, of course I don't know that because I'm out. But from what my mom told me about that one incident is that we went from the beach to the hotel and we were waiting for the elevator. And like my head started spinning and I knew I was going to fall. And then I went out and from what my mom told me, there was a guy sitting 5 meters from us and that he kind of went like he was going to help and then he sat down and just watched. Yeah, I guess I really look drunk when I faint, which is kind of funny. Not for me, but it's kind of funny. How long took this list? Like make? Not that long, I found it. I just took some of the entries out because they would need me to create a use, which I don't want to do for the channel. I feel like I've read a home invasion King Kuni. Yes, you did on my channel. Probably. I did home invasion with King Kuni. And I plan another one for Samishira Kawagato. I saw so much trans Shirabu with Kyohaba Samishira. I've seen overall like trans Shirabu a lot. When I have a headache, I'm lazy. That's another side of having a headache, I guess. There was one for home invasion, yes? Here, I have a bad memory. Ooh, it was the Scarier Partner Challenge, I think. You are so close to me, Bulgarian border is 20 minutes for me. See. First Scarier Partner, I think. Yeah. I just sit back and observe. He's like, never mind. Yeah, I think he just thought I was drunk. So I guess I can't really like blame him because yeah, but still, it's kind of disappointing. I wanna see either Sakuatsu or Anatana held at gunpoint. I have Kyohaba held at gunpoint, which is an idea I had since last October because I wanted to write it for Boomtober and I didn't get to it. Held at gunpoint, okay, doesn't need explaining. Hidden scar. That's an interesting one. I think I could do that with Terusho because if Daishio doesn't have any scars from what I've put him through, that would be weird. Like, we know, or Terushima knows about the ones around his wrists, but I think I could add some more on him. Because technically they don't sleep together, and I think that Daishio would be very like self-conscious about his body after what he went through. So I don't think he sleeps without... Or I think he sleeps with like t-shirt and long pants on when they go to sleep. So I think I could put some scars on him. Would be a nice revelation. Or nice. I kinda can see Kinkune, Enotana, or Osasuna for one of the hidden scar, hiding an illness or injury. It can be very interesting. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, hiding illness, hiding an injury. Well, hiding an injury I do quite often. But hey, it's never enough when it comes to that. Hiding an illness. Yeah, that's very Shirabu thing to do. That could work very well with Semishira. Hijacked vehicle. That could work with Enotana when I think about it. Well, it could work with anyone, but... Or Kinkuni. That could be fun because of Kinkuni's fear of speed. If someone hijacked his car with him, like, and pushed him on the back seat, and just sped up, that could be fun. I can technically do 2 for Enotana as well, so why not? But this one sounds pretty good. I have to pat myself on the back. Plane crash though. We were planning something with plane crash, or I was planning something with plane crash. Crash landing. Which was supposed to be like plane crash. I will see. Hiding an illness would work really well with Semishira. Yeah, I agree. Definitely. That's such a Shirabu thing to do, and even Semi thing to do. How fun would that be if they were both hiding an illness from each other and just fell ill at the same time? That's going to be fun. I do think Kinkuni would afford hijacked vehicle plus more angst for Kinkuni. Yep. Agreed, definitely. As I said, it's... While I don't want to repeat the prompts, I can see the hijacked vehicle going 2 ways, and I think Enotana would fit into that too, because why not? I kinda want to see a really worried Tanaka, so maybe we will get to that. Home invasion, I have Semishira Kawagata for this one, but again, that's something that can repeat. So that's something for further evaluation. Homesickness, that's going to be for the ships where one is away from Japan. So Yakulev, Iwaoi. Well, technically Iwaoi live together now, so maybe not. But technically we can go into past because it doesn't have to be part of the storyline. So technically Iwaoi can work. Who else? Ushiten could also work. Before Ushijima went to Poland. Anyone else from the ships that I have that place somewhere else? Huh. I will figure it out. Why does my mind think that the pilot by the plane crash would hear the elevator music? Maybe. Random, but I had a lucid dream about Gyotane with Hanahaki disease. I don't like Hanahaki disease. I will be frank, like from the beginning, I don't like Hanahaki disease. For the same reason I don't like Soulmate Eus. And it's already dark, so give me a bit. Let there be light. And a bit more light. Okay. Finally going to see something. I had a dream one time I had pink hair. I've seen pink haired Atsumu around lately. I think it was because of that color wheel challenge that was running around Twitter recently. Okay, hostage situation. That's going to be pretty much all the kidnappings. Okay, no, not necessarily all the kidnappings, but the hostage situation is going to definitely go to the Semishira Kawagata strapped to a bomb. And for another Semishira I have in mind, which is going to come up later, because that's a prompt we didn't come across yet. But that's going to be hostage situation too. But definitely can come up again, because that's such a vague thing that you can do practically anything with that. Hostage video, same thing, but that's more into the kidnappings. Hostage situation can happen when you are in a bank and the bank gets robbed. That's a hostage situation if it goes wrong. Hostage video, that's more for kidnappings. Human shield, yeah, also can be very well done with the hostage situations. That can be very nicely connected. In case someone doesn't know what human shield is, that's when you hold another person in front of you so that, for example, police can't shoot you because they would hit the innocent bystander, basically. So you are protecting yourself with another person. Human weapon. I'm not sure about this one because I can't find a way to make this happen without creating an AU. So I think I will put this one out already when I'm at it. Humiliation. I mean, yeah, it can be worked into something, definitely. Yeah, that can work. Hostage with Shirabu at the hospital and someone holds him hostage because they have someone in the hospital and they wanna get help for. That's such an American thing to do. Sorry to all my US viewers, but that's such an American thing to do. Take a doctor hostage in a hospital to get treatment. That's so sad. I have a similar thing in mind. I will be talking about it when I get to it. That's under R, I think, in the R section. So we will get to that. Hurt caretaker. Yeah, that's an interesting one because caretaker is a character that's doing the comfort in Hurt Comfort. And when the character who is supposed to do the comfort is hurt too, that's when things get interesting. I have, you know, my pretty the happy end photo. Okay, I have no idea what that message means. Sorry. I have, you know, my pretty the happy end photo. Okay, no idea what that said. Sorry, I have no idea. As an American, I think that's why I thought of that. Whoops. But yeah, that's not going to happen here where I live. Or at least I don't remember ever happening something like that. Okay, hurts to breathe. That's mostly for broken ribs. Or like punctured lungs. Just chest injuries. Even spine injuries can technically work for that because... But usually your chest expands forwards, not backwards, so it's usually like the front chest injuries that really hurt to breathe, because the moment you have a broken bone, you try to not move with it, but if it's a rib, you have to breathe. You can't stop breathing for a few weeks. So, yeah, broken ribs hurt like all hell. Hyperventilating, that's... Oh, god damn it, how would you explain it? With very rapid breathing. Like, you are breathing very quickly, and so quickly that you actually can't get enough oxygen into your lungs, so you are basically suffocating even though you are breathing. It's like... Ouch. That hurt. Yeah, so that's hyperventilating. Usually responds to shock or very severe pain and panic. So that's a result of whoop. And it can lead to fainting, so... hurts to breathe also fits with someone inhaling water / drowning. Yeah, definitely. That's also a thing when your lungs fill with water or any liquid. It also starts to feel very heavy to breathe. Like, that's more difficulty breathing, I would say, but I've never drowned, so I can't say that. Or so I can't tell. But I would say that's more like difficulty breathing, but that technically hurts too, so yeah, it can be. I can see the clips where Aona kinda crashes Kenji with his body weight in their matches of the anime for hurts to breathe. Yeah. Definitely can be done for Aohuta. And it's one of the reasons why I love their body size difference so much, because even though they are pretty much the same height, like Kenji is, what, 10 centimeters shorter, I think, which is not much for volleyball players, or for how tall they are. Not even 10, like, it's not that much. But, like, when you see them next to each other, Aona is much bulkier than Kenji. And I love that size. I love size difference overall, but with them, it's definitely something that brought me to the ship. So yeah, definitely can be done. It doesn't even have to be during like during matches or anything. I have a idea for them for the Angerborn of Worry, where that was also for the Womptober, where I was planning for Aona to just, because Aona is really strong, we know that, so like just grab Kenji's shoulder and squeeze so hard that he actually breaks him the shoulder bone, or shoulders doesn't have bone, but like this part, the collarbone and the joint and all that stuff, like that it would actually break. So that's a thing that might come, but yeah, it can definitely come up again in this regard. Cuteness overload. For what? For breaking someone's shoulder. Like, of course it would be accidental, the shoulder breaking. Like, I can't see Aona actually hurting someone, unless, especially not Kenji. But yeah, that's the point of Angerborn of Worry, that you can accidentally hurt someone you don't want to. Hypothermia, that's when you are super cold. You are freezing. That's hypothermia. I have Kinkuni idea for that one. Not sure if I'm going to use that, but it can be done. Or, like, I have an idea for that. Drink. Don't forget to hydrate. Hysterical strength. That's an interesting one. In case you don't know what this is, it's based on the fact or the premise that our strength is limited by our brain. So that it's based on the theory that we are actually able to lift cars and lift boulders, but our brain is stopping us because in doing so we would tear our muscles, we would break our bones, shatter our teeth. So our brain is stopping us from doing that. That's when hysterical strength comes into play, where you are so stressed and so scared about something that you ignore that limit and you just go all out, even for the price of broken bones, shattered teeth, torn muscles. Those are the cases where, I don't know, a car falls on a child, so the mother just lifts the car to get the child out, or someone fighting a mountain lion or a bear with their bare hands just to save another person. That's hysterical strength. I was put to sleep and woke up freaking out and was so strong I had 10 people holding me down. I think that could technically count as well. I have you now, my pretty happy ending of your club for that with the don't wish something bad or something like that. It was a whole ordeal. Yeah, I can imagine. Ooh. Okay, we are on I. Not I? Yeah, I. I deserve this. Yeah, that's a painful one on a emotional level more than on the body pain level. Or technically it can be on pretty much the same level. That's when the character / person accepts getting hurt very severely oftentimes because they think they did something wrong and that they deserve to be punished for that. And so they take the pain and don't fight against it most of the time. Oh, okay, I understand now. I have you now, my pretty. The happy ending of your club for that with don't wish something bad or something like this. You are going to want to change your opinion on that when I tell you what I have you now, my pretty means. Because it doesn't mean what you think. I have you now, my pretty is a kidnapping prompt where how to explain it? Yeah, I will let the TV tropes explain it for me. Jesus Christ. Yeah. This thing. Non-con on a hostage. It's not as pretty as you think. So I have you now, so that's how I have you now, my pretty. I mean, it's a what could go wrong list. It's not going to have nice prompts. I told you, even though the ones that sound nice are going to be twisted. That would be cool for Okawa because he's a pretty boy. Yeah, it can technically work for anyone I personally consider very pretty, which is Yahaba, Taichi, Daishio, Semi. Who else? Who else I have that I consider really pretty? Lab? To some extent. Like, not even canonically, it's just my personal headcanons. Just to be clear, I differentiate between handsome, pretty, and cute. I don't do hot because I don't really know what that means. Like, from feelings point of perspective. I don't know how to recognize if someone is handsome or hot. I have no idea. So I don't do hot, but handsome, pretty, and cute are 3 separate things. Oh shit, oops. I mean, it can technically work together, but it's not going to be the nice ending you want. It could be connected. And has a lot of fans. It could be some fan going wild. I would love to see Kinkuni for I Deserve This, or I just want to see them suffer. Hey, that's why we are here. But yeah, it could work with Kinkuni, definitely. Technically with both of them. But more with Kunimi, us, probably. I will give it a thought. I have your loved one that probably doesn't need any explaining. That's just another kidnapping one. With the difference that I have your loved one is usually written from a point of view of the person who isn't kidnapped. That can work for the loads of kidnapping prompts that are here. I should have been better. That's very similar to I Deserve This, but with the difference that this is guilty conscience. Like, where the character is really like, yeah, I should have done better, I should have done more. Who is cute for you? For me, Shirabu and Yahaba. I put Yahaba into the pretty one. For me, cute is Kunime, Noya. Who else? Goddamn, who's in the cute one? Yaku, sometimes. I'm oscillating with Yaku a bit. And one more. I know about one more, but I can't remember. Yeah, Kogane is in the cute category. He's a sweetheart. Why is no one talking about Kogoshi? It's perfect. For what? I should have been better for Kogoshi. Yeah, that's pretty much what I already wrote for them. Yeah, they still didn't deal with that because I am a filthy procrastinator. But their finale is going to be a proposal, I will tell you that. Like, the moment Kogane is going to deal with the whole thing that I've been teasing for quite some time already, it's going to end with proposal. Oh yeah, Yaku could run away and he would be kidnapped. I wanna see Yaku eggs. Yeah, Noya is a cute one. And Oshita is in the pretty one also. I will only slow you down. That's basically self-sacrifice. I will punish your friend / partner for this one, for your failure. That's kinda connected to the I have your loved one. Pretty much holding someone hostage, and yeah, you did something wrong to me, so I'm going to do something bad to someone you like. Very common trope, especially in like superhero movies and all that stuff. Sorry, probably not something you would do, but punishing friend for failure would just be so cool for the Mia twins being kidnapped, and one does something wrong would just hurt the other. You know what? That's actually very interesting. It didn't occur to me, but this whole list was created in order for me to challenge myself. So, let's get this down. Sorry. God damn it, right. I don't have a writing pen. Going to be interesting for me because I've never wrote anything like that. But as I said, this thing was created mostly for me to challenge myself. So why not? I find Yaku cute too though. The liberos are cute. Except Hayato, because Hayato is in the handsome category for me. But otherwise, liberos are very cute. Or you're just gonna go psych and it was actually a teammate. Or which one? For the kidnapping Yaku one? Okay, if I can't have you, usually followed by so no one will have you. That's basically, for the most part, written as rejected advances when the character rejects someone, or I don't know, have an ex-partner and the ex/rejected goes crazy and tries to kill that person because if I can't have you, no one will have you. That's also a funny one. I literally call the Libero squad the cute Libero squad. Very fair. Very fair. They are all adorable. And I'm not saying that because they are short. You know what's the most depressing thing about height in recent times? I watch the Volleyball Nations League right now. And it's always like the liberos are so small compared to the others, and even Sekita, who is a setter for Japanese national team, he is 173 centimeters, and everyone calls him short, and it's so depressing because I am 174 centimeters. I am 1 centimeter taller than him. I would be called short, and I don't feel short unless I'm watching volleyball. Depressing. Yes, the kidnapping Yaku one. I mean, I could go psych, but why would I do that? The only thing I could go psych about is death, because I am still hesitant about doing major character deaths. My favorite cute libero is Shibayama. Yeah, that's a little kitten. That's an adorable one. Yes, indeed. I agree. I'm fine. Yeah. Not really. Doesn't need explaining, I would say. Impaled chest. Oh yes. I've written one like that for a Wombtober before. It was for Kawagata. And surprise, surprise, it was a car crash. But impaled chest can be done pretty much with anything, with falling, with car crashes, with explosions, technically, tornadoes. There's a lot. Impaled palm, that's pretty much what I did with Terusho this time around, but again can be added into anything basically. Improvised weapon, also pretty much what I did with Terusho. You just take the first thing that's around you, just so you have something. It doesn't matter if it's a pen, if it's a vase, if it's, I don't know, pencil. You just have something that you can defend yourself with, because you are so desperate to get something at least. You heard comfort, Haikyuu character is gonna die. From what I have heard about Rai's stories, it's not usually psych. Yeah, you are ahead again. Infected wound. That's a fun one, because that's really dangerous and practically invisible until it gets really bad. And it can happen to any wound you don't clean, which I am slightly prone to, because I refuse to disinfect any injury I get. So I'm kinda surprised I didn't get infection yet from anything. Innocent bystander, that's when you take just some random person hostage, or you hit some random passerby with gunshot, or wrong place, wrong time, basically. Pretty much what Asanoya, the What Hurts, their part of What Hurts series was. Insecurity, that's kinda going through the whole storyline. Insomnia, that can be interesting, that can be very interesting, and I can see several ships with that. First that comes to mind is Samishira, of course. But maybe I will figure some other out. Terusho would also work with Daishio Stroma. Kyohaba would go with Yahaba Stroma. And it doesn't even have to be like traumatic insomnia. I can go for anyone. Anyway, again, to forward. Innocent bystander with Terusho. For who? And how? If you have idea, let me know. I don't have idea. for innocent bystander for Terusho. Internal bleeding, very common. Very deadly, because it's invisible until it's too late. Interrogation. Can be from police, can be from Yakuza, can be from technically anyone. Isolation, also very good. That's for kidnapping for most of the part. Or it can be for mental manipulation, but in that case I would have to create OC, because I know you would never forgive me if I put mental abuse and like emotional abuse, mental manipulation and all that between the ship itself. And I probably wouldn't be able to write that anyway. It's all my fault. Again, guilty conscience. Not necessarily like justified. It's just someone overthinking. I have a Semi Shirakawa Gata fault for this one. Again, hurting Taichi as always. But again, this is something that can be done in a lot of different ways, so it might appear in a slightly different form with a different ship. Terushima just out and going to the wrong spot and being an innocent bystander. I don't know what just popped into my mind, doesn't really make sense. I mean, that's what innocent bystander is, but I'm always trying to think of what the story would look like. And damn it. And so far I don't have a solid image of how that could look like. Okay, I've seen Envy somewhere. And we could be fighting over the same guy. Or toxic possessiveness. Could be. Why not? I have jealousy prompts. I wrote jealousy prompts for my prompt Tumblr. Tumblr. I don't know how do you write. How do you read it? But I have jealousy prompts from myself to use in the future, so I can definitely use that. Also, there is a jealousy series on Patreon. Hashtag shameless self-promo. Unfortunately, I don't have ideas right now for it, so my poor patrons are starving a little bit. By the way, there is also a confession series there. So. But yeah, again, I don't know why jealousy and envy are on the same level, because they can mean vastly different things. Like, jealousy is jealousy, but envy is envy. Envy doesn't equal jealousy. Like, it can, but it doesn't have to. Jealousy can be soft, it can be harsh, it can be toxic, it doesn't necessarily have to be toxic. Envy, same thing, but in a different way. But yeah, it definitely can be done like with possessiveness. Journal, diary entry. That's one I am really looking forward to, because I have a prompt for that with like really horrid nightmares, and the character is writing them down, and the other character finds that and is just horrified with what the other person's mind can create for them. So, not sure which ship I want to use that for, but I have a prompt for that. Kidnapping, that's going to be happening a lot. Killing in self-defense, that's probably also going to appear more than once. Who knows, maybe. Kind restraints, restraint for their good. That's basically, Lily, what happened to you. Probably restraint for your own good when you had hysterical strength. That would be kind restraints, which probably the most used example would be when the person has delirium and has to be strapped to something to not hurt themselves, not hurt others until the delirium passes. For journal, diary, a flashback, or one of the boys finds out about the crush on them when it's found left open. I mean that's more into fluff than angst, unless the crush was someone else. Then it could be angst. I don't get how some people are so strong to ride haiku toxic ships. I wouldn't even dare. I don't get it either. But hey, when you create one-dimensional characters, it's easy to make them toxic because they are not human-like. Because no one has only good traits, no one has only bad traits. That's just not how humans work. But if you create a character that's purely one-dimensional and you have one thing that is their defining trait in your eyes, which, for example, with Yaku is the anger issues. That's a trait that created his whole personality for some people, and that's why it's so easy for them to make him toxic. Why they even ship him with someone in that case, I don't get it. Well, hey. Restraints for my own good, what happened. I still tore my ivy out anyway. Eef. That's not good. Never pull the ivy from yourself. Never ever. Bad idea. If I had a channel, my channel would be full of hurt comfort. Yeah, that's a good combination. Okay, yeah, kitchen knife. Classic knife, my mind. Yeah, very much. I mean, Osamu is a cook, so he's around kitchen knives all the time. I did kitchen knife for Kinkuni yesterday. So kitchen knife haunted, thanks to fluff, knocked out by a straight ball practice. Why would kitchen knife be haunted? I have plenty of ideas, maybe I should start writing this kind of thing. Yeah, go ahead. Asasuna knife, yes. Miss, I am sorry, but it looks like you are going to be outnumbered here. I mean, kitchen knife can also be connected to killing in self-defense, into improvised weapon, even though it's not necessarily improvised, but still. Yeah, kitchen knife can be used in a lot of situations, so I think that's also going to appear more than once. Knife to the throat. Doesn't need explaining, definitely. Knocked out. Also doesn't need explaining. Volleyball is easy for that. Lacerations. That's... oh geez. What are lacerations? That's slash wounds, I think. Right? When you get cut or slashed by something, that's laceration. Yeah. I remember that correctly. Invincible. You give me so many ideas I wanna do for my channel. Not what you're gonna do, just stuff I think of when I see these prompts. Hey, go ahead! Like, I might put the full list under the stream at some point, but I don't know Well, I said I'm going to shuffle it around, so it technically doesn't matter. But I think if you search on Google for like things going wrong list on Tumblr, it's going to get you to the same list. Haunted kitchen knife. You are gonna thank you. What's so shirakin can you go again? Yeah, that would be more hilarious than anything. Laid on a stretcher doesn't need explaining. It can happen for a variety of reasons. Lashing out, that's angsty one, especially when the other person doesn't really deserve that, which is most of the time. Leave me alone can be very easily connected to the lashing out. Basically, the person is either really stressed and just wants to be left alone even though the other person is trying to help them, or it's because they think they don't need help, so they send the other character / characters away with leave me alone. I honestly wanna do the Shirabu hostage one with the person wanting to help someone else, but if you do it, I won't. I have another case of Shirabu being held hostage because of an injury, so if you want to do hospital, go for it. I have another idea for a similar situation. Left for dead. That probably doesn't need much explaining. It's basically when the character is injured, usually heavily injured, and either the other characters think that they are already dead, so they leave him behind because they can't afford to drag around a dead body, or they just leave the person there because they can't be bothered. It usually ends with the person who is left for dead coming back and taking revenge on those other characters who left them. So that would be an interesting one. Lifted by the neck. That's a nice one, but considering how big most of the characters are, it's going to need some very strong OC. Unless it's going to be a libero against them, then it could potentially work. Locked door, that doesn't need explaining. Again, can happen in a lot of situations. And it can lead to a whole variety of different results. So that's also going to appear more than once. It can be that the character is locked somewhere, that the other character locked the door to keep distance between them. A variety of reasons. Leave me alone, dramatic Hatsuo, I'm trying not to laugh. I just make the psych ending. Yeah, as if I would do that. Locked in a cage, doesn't need explaining. Locked in a freezer, that's a fun one. That could be a very fun one, because it can be the walk-in freezer, like the big one. And it's going to be very different from being locked in freezer in like the one that opens like this. Like, it's not the fridge kind of freezer, which are very common for Europe, but the, how do you call it, industrial freezer, I think? The ones that open upwards, basically. And each of these freezers is going to be a different situation, obviously. What? The chicken looks yummy. You know what kind of picture you just put into my head? Yaku getting locked in a freezer, and then and then Lev just going there and looking at the ice cube that is Yaku and chicken. Cannibalism, anyone? Sorry. But it's not my fault. Locked in a trunk, that's kidnapping for the most part, or the hijacked vehicle, which is basically kidnapping too, so that's for kidnapping. Locked up and left behind, that's probably connected, or not probably connected, very easily connected to the handcuffed one, which I talked about before, where the person is just locked somewhere and left to die. Losing a bet, that could be similar to prank gone wrong, so this would be like a bet gone wrong. Losing a job, that's a stressful one, that's more for angst than womb. Losing their temper, connected to the lashing out. Loss of a pet, that's a grievance and grieving one. Loss of hearing, that's for Bob comment. That's what I want to do with Semi, the one you suggested. So that's for loss of hearing. I will keep the ear injury for actual injuries. Losing a job for Matsuhana with Hanamaki angst of not finding a job, maybe. That could be a big hit, actually, because he has a job right now in the storyline, and if he was about to lose it, that could be a big mental hit for him, even though like he wouldn't necessarily show that. That could work, definitely. Losing a job, Hanamaki. Highest daily experience. I can't get out of my head what you said, Lev and Yaku. It's your fault! You put that image into my head, so now you will have my image in your head. Loss of sight, I also have one for that. For Semishira Kawagata. And I'm not sure which one is it going to be. It's either going to be Taichi or Semi. And it's either going to be a chemical burn or flash blindness. One of those. Probably Semi because I hurt Taichi a lot, so it's time to turn it on to someone else. Locked up and left behind. Let me out. Not until you stop eating my onigiri. Yeah, see? This is the thing, like, a lot of these prompts can be taken in a very fluffy way, but no, we are doing bad things. Quick question, what's the difference between angst and whoomp? It's spelled whoomp. Like this. This one. The difference is that angst is, well, not necessarily, but it's usually emotional, and wounds are mostly injuries or torture. Like, there is a thin line between them. Usually angst comes with womb, but angst doesn't necessarily have to be with womb. They are not mutually exclusive, but angst can be like solitary thing, where womb usually comes with angst. Yes, it's spelled womb. Okay, let's finish with L and M, and then I'm going to take a break because my voice is giving up. Like, Womp is more serious angst, I would say. Because Womp is actually like hardcore torture. Usually. Or not usually, but it contains the hardcore torture and heavy injuries. Even major character deaths are in Womp. Like, contained under that term. So... Okay, give me 5 minutes. I think I hear cats fighting outside, so I have to rescue my cat because she's definitely one of them. Okay, crisis averted. No worries. Like, you know what's hilarious? My cat hates every other cat that lives around here. But the most hilarious thing is that there is a cat that looks 99% similar to her. And I don't recognize them from each other, especially when it's dark. They're very similar, like the other cat just has slightly shorter hairs, or slightly shorter fur. I don't recognize them from each other. I can't tell the difference. The only difference I can, like, the only thing that makes it easier for me to recognize them is that when I call, my cat is going to come to me. The other doesn't, because obviously it doesn't know me. Oh, yeah. Fun stuff, fun stuff. But yeah, one time I almost accidentally brought a stranger's cat home. On accident, because I can't tell the difference. Oh. Okay, what did I miss? Yeah, okay. Loss of a pet Kyotari Shaisen factories. No! But it can be for Kyohaba. If you want to go there. Respectively, if you want me to go there. It can be done. They are the only ones who have a pet right now, except, well, Semishira has cats. So... But I think Kyohaba would get hit much harder with that. So be very careful about this one. Very careful. Because then the joke of we don't talk about Bruno would get very sour taste to it. Two cats fighting Kariako and Kuro. Yeah. Except in this case it's Kuro and Kuro. Because I told you, they look the same. Like, the other cat just has slightly shorter fur. But I don't recognize it because I see absolute crap even when I have my glasses, because I'm supposed to have much stronger ones right now, but I don't have money for that, so I'm dealing with these. And it's dark outside and they are both black. I don't recognize my cat from the other. Except when I call, my cat comes to me because she's a typical bully and needs someone to stand behind her to be brave enough to go against the other cats. So yeah, she's a hero in quotation marks. Don't kill that baby boy. I told you, be very careful about this one. Especially this one. Because there are 2 ships that have pets right now. And one of them is Kyohaba. And it would be more impactful for them than for Samishira. So be very, very careful about this one. Also said, Atsumu, you know, I love you, but stop lighting flashlight in my eyes. Yeah, that's flash blindness basically, but I will definitely go for a more serious type. Lost their voice from screaming. That's mostly for kidnapping or locked up and left behind. Lured into a trap. Doesn't need explaining. Also, hello Alyssa. I didn't miss you in the chat, don't worry. I know you are here. We are going to be ending soon, but still nice to see you. Okay, make an example of them. I don't think that needs explaining, but just in case you don't need what that is. It's, for example, if you saw Pirates of the Caribbean, at the beginning when Jack is arriving to the port and there are skeletons of pirates hung in front of the port. That's basically make an example of them. You are trying to send a message to a certain person. Yes, I see you are having fun. That's good. I like to see that. Make it look like an accident. That doesn't need too much explaining. This particular trope is usually used like in a comedic way, kinda. But of course we are not going to do that. So we are going to go into a bit more harsher territory with this one. I just came back from work experience, but I'm happy to at least be here. Yeah, I am also glad you can be here. Manhandling, that's one of my top 5 favorite angst prompts I write. I love manhandling. I know it sounds weird, but we are purely speaking in writing terms. Manhandling is when you just grab someone and pull them someone. For example, or grab their hair and raise their heads. I don't know. All that stuff. Just grabbing someone and dragging them along, or throwing them somewhere, pushing them against something. That's all manhandling. And it's super fun to write. I will be my inner Kuro. I actually share birthday with Kuro, so fun tidbit. I think Bokuto has a violent wheeze or dead laugh. He would. He probably also has a dead sneeze. Now you are reminding me of how my uncle sneezes. make it hilarious. Because it's a sound you recognize anywhere. Because he goes, "Achie!" we can always just burst out laughing because it's so hilarious to hear that. I don't know why he does that, but it's hilarious. I have to go early because I'm on verge of panic attack. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that. I hope you will get better. But it was nice seeing you here. So I would say some hopefully upbringing words, but right now I can't translate it from Czech, so unfortunately I can't. So just get better. I hope you will get better soon. Someone who is your spirit animal. Nishinoya. That's a very fair assessment. That's a very fair answer. My spirit animal is Kunime. Okay, mark of shame. Let's finish the M's. Mark of shame. That's... How do you say tseich in English? Oh, mark of shame. When the character is marked, I don't know, has scar or burnt out image. For example, what they did to prisoners in medieval times, when they would just take hot iron and burn a mark on a person to mark them as thief, murderer, prisoner, whatever. One time I was sick and my teacher told me to go heal myself. That's an insult in my language lingo. Really? Interesting. I'm going to try to stay to the end, just know I might leave before then. It's not bad yet. Oh yeah, but still. If you think you will get better, like, it's always better to do prevention than be in damage control. So if you feel like you need to go, go. It's okay. Okay, medication tampering. That's one I'm also looking forward to. I was thinking about who takes what medication, but again, Kinkuni is the clear one because Kunimi takes medication. I'm not sure if I have anyone on anti-anxiety pills or on any other medication. Either way, that's when someone changes something about the medication the character takes. So, I don't know, it can like give them stronger dosage so that they overdose. They can give them like non-working or some, not necessarily placebo, but something that doesn't work for the issue they need to take the medication for, or they can just swap it for poison straight away. So that's a fun one. I feel like mark of shame would be a Terusho angst. Yeah, definitely. Like the scars can be mark of shame for Daishio, definitely. Can be connected. I will write that down because I will forget that. Yeah, I'm not going. The lightning has gotten so bad. Yeah, but just get better, okay? Stay safe, especially with your health. It reminds me of a British ad that talk about antibiotics. Say one character that's your favorite. The whole haiku. Yeah, very much. Memory loss doesn't need explaining. Mind games. That's going to be a difficult one for me because I'm too stupid to do mind games. So that means I will have to do a research, which is not something I'm looking forward to, but hey, I will have to pretend that I'm smart, which is going to be difficult. But hey, everything is for the first time at some point. Misaimed blame. That's a fun one. That's kinda... It's kind of miscommunication, not entirely, but... Yeah, you blame someone for something and it's not their fault. But, like, you are 100% convinced that it's the person's fault. And then, for example, you learn that it's not. But in the meantime, before you learn that it's not true, you can do something bad to that person. Something you wouldn't normally do if this didn't happen, but because you think that the person did something bad, you are going to take out your anger at them, for example, for that unsuccessful whatever. Or, I don't know, whatever. There's a lot of possibilities. And then you learn that it wasn't their fault. And then you are left with guilty conscience because you just hurt another person from blindly believing that they were guilty, but they were not. So that's an angsty one. Very much angsty one. I'm thinking who is going to be the victim of this. Fake it till you make it, yeah. Missing and presumed death doesn't need explaining. Mistaken identity. I think mistaken is going to be fun to write. That could be... Wait. That could actually work really well with the Mia twins. Because that's easy for them. My alarm clock sound is killed this love, but buzz boosted. My alarm clock has 4 legs, fur, and very wet nose. And very loud meowing. Usually steps on my face to wake me up. Mistreated by authorities. That doesn't need explaining. Misunderstanding. Yes, that's what I'm aiming for with the mini-series that I'm probably going to talk about more in some other stream, because I'm very, very excited about that one. That's going to be a fun one. More expandable than you. That's, again, self-sacrifice for the most part. Motion sickness. In case you don't know, motion sickness, that's just, for example, when you ride in the car and you go into curves and you get sick. Just the motion around you does bad stuff to your stomach. Usually you throw up from that. Let me think, your cat. Yes, indeed. She is a very special alarm clock and very precise, surprisingly enough. If I'm not awake until 7:15 or like 7:15, she will just jump on the bed and meow loudly into my face until I wake up, while sticking her nose into my face. Yes, we are talking about you, indeed. Are you going to show yourself on the camera? No, probably not. He's pretending to be a corpse. Again. Yeah, mouth stitch shut. Haha. Ooh, that's going to be a difficult one. I am not sure which person or which character I want to suffer with this. I will probably toss a coin for this one. Unless someone chooses it in the requests, of course. Mugging, that's... I'm thinking what's the difference between mugging and robbery. Well, you go with force on mugging usually. With force and threatening usually ends bad for the mugged person. Mutilation, that probably also doesn't need explaining, but just in case, that's pretty much a result of most of the prompts we went over before, the like physical injuries. I don't know, cut limbs, scars, like big scars over body, cut fingers, poked out eyes, cut ears, everything injury related. Afterwards, the aftermath is mutilation. Muzzled, that's for the muzzle one. And yeah, and we are at the end with the M's, and we will leave the N's and others for the next time because my throat is sore and my voice is not making it anymore. That sounds like it hurts. Which one? Mutilation? Yeah, I would imagine so. I'm still thinking about the mouth stitch shut. Because like I really want to do that. But I don't know who I want to torture with this one. Because like obviously it hurts because you don't usually get anesthetics for that. And it can mess the person up pretty bad. Like, it's not deadly, obviously, because you can still breathe. But... I don't know. I will... If no one takes it in the requests, I will put it into wheel and just decide after that. And we will see. Natural disaster is going to be next time. I'm finished. We end here with M. Ends are going to be next time. I can't speak anymore. I've been talking for over 2 hours. It hurts. I'm not used to that. Well, anyway, plans for this week. I will probably do another short stream throughout the week because I want to discuss the idea I have for the mini series, which, in case you haven't seen the community post, go check it out. You can have influence on what the ships are going to be in that one to some extent. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. And I kind of want to ask for, or not ask, not necessarily, because I don't want to spoil it, but we can do some plotting. So we will see about it. Like I already have some basic structure. I will just need to figure out the reactions, the initial reactions for that. So that's a thing, and of course we are going to continue with the list. So I think I could do stream on Wednesday, maybe. Yeah, probably on Wednesday, because on Thursday I will have to record for the reaction channel, and on Friday I'm potentially away. Yeah, so either Wednesday or Saturday, one of those. And of course there will be re-uploads coming out, and probably no womb this week either, because I don't have anything prepared, unless I figure something very short out in the meantime, like tomorrow. But I wouldn't count on that, so probably no womb Wednesday this week either. But hey, I will not say anything unless it's Wednesday already, because I might figure some short story out. I'm just not sure, so I'm not going to be promising anything. Either way, re-uploads are going to be coming out again. What Hurt series continues with Yakulev this time, so that's going to be very fun to voice, I imagine. That's going to be a horrible one. And of course another part of the challenge is going to be coming out on Saturday. So, death experience again. Ends are going to be next time. I will be at over ceremony during them, but I will watch during it. Oh, okay. Wednesday is the streaming day. I will see. I'm not sure yet. I need to learn how to do the Womb Wednesdays a bit shorter, because the long stories, like the 4K words ones, take so long to write and to edit and all that stuff. Like, I actually spent the whole day on the Womb Wednesdays when I do the 4,000 word stories, so I need to shorten them a bit. At least some of them, not all of them, of course, but some of them. Okay, so I think we can end this whole thing right here. Turn this off, turn this off, turn this on. Okay. So, I'll wait until the camera focuses. So, thank you so much for joining me today on the stream. It was fun as always, and I'm glad that we are doing these streams. It's really enjoyable for me, and I hope it's also enjoyable for you, and that you actually learn some new things. Usually about hurting other people, again, you don't have it from me. But I have a good feeling from being educational. So that's good. So again, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the very near future, hopefully. Have a nice night, day, morning, evening, whatever you have right now. And yeah, see you next time. And I need to turn it off here.